afternoon, everyone. This is one and only blockchain enthusiast, Light Liger here, and today we are going to be diving into some real undervalued gems out there, which have really yet to moon during this bull run cycle. And the 5 coins that I really picked out here today are pretty low cap, first of all. Secondly, they do have plenty of steam in their engines left for this cycle, so I think there's a lot of potential upside for these projects to grow during this run in terms of their market caps versus some of the more higher market cap projects out there. But let's get started. But before that, I am not a financial advisor. Do your own research. Get a second opinion from another content creator, a publication, trader, or perhaps a TA analyst to get a better idea what you're basically investing in. But let's get started. Our first project here is one of the more lower caps on the list, and that is Shardcoin. We have talked about it in the past. I think back then it was priced, I want to say like 2 cents or 7 cents. Currently, it is sitting at 25 cents. So people who took my advice back then would be sitting at already pretty nice gains. But you have to understand that this is only 26 million of a supply circulating right now. The hard cap is 210 million. And you have to really think about it that a lot of the top projects in the top 100, most of them do have like a billion supply or over, and those projects are above dollar, or EOS for example is at $6. So there's a lot more room to grow when you really compare it into the circulating or total supply of the coin into its current price. Now obviously not all coins are equal, so Shardcoin is a proof of stake coin. They are building a lot of stuff right now. So what are my reasons for the price of growth? So usually when coins are at very low cap markets and exchanges where there's not a lot of liquidity and a lot of people are not able to access to the market because either the liquidity is too small or, the exchange is just too low quality and doesn't have enough members. And that is kind of the case what Shard is going through. It's currently tradable at StakeCube, but they are actually building now Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain bridges. So that basically means that there is going to be, first of all, there's shard burns. So the supply is also shrinking, just to mention another very key way to increase the value of the token. And they are building this sort of an ecosystem. This summer, I do believe those bridges are going to be available. So you can trade it on Uniswap, you can trade it on PancakeSwap and all these types of places. And that is inherently going to be bringing that liquidity, and that is going to be bringing all of these special things. And they got like basically they got a lot of these flagship projects here. So the first thing is Infinity Wallet. This I have reviewed on the actual channel. They also are giving out Shard right now for people who download it and claim it on the Discord channel. And this is a high quality wallet. I've said to you guys that this is probably the top 3 desktop wallets that you can get. It has basically, outside from its supply of different coins and tokens supported, it is pretty amazing. It has inbuilt news feeds. It has a wallet connect inbuilt to it. Not many desktop wallets have that. I think maybe also like 2 or 3. And it has an inbuilt swap system and very detailed, nice graphics and everything. So that's just the one part of their ecosystem which you can get into. Now there are other aspects about which we need to obviously talk about, which is the Infinity Swap. This is something I might have to go too much into in a future video, but they also have an Infinity Protocol, which is their DeFi thing, which is going to be the big thing here, which is eventually going to be skyrocketing this project. So it basically will have being single pools. I mean, there's a couple of blog posts. We don't have the time right now to dig into those, but basically you're able to, in their platform, provide liquidity as a single token. So you can only put Shard or only put Ethereum or Binance coin. And you have the ability to, not to be, destroyed by the impermanent loss. So this project is very high quality. It has a bit of a subtle side in the terms of the marketing and listings. But once the bridges happen, it's already on there in PancakeSwap, and it basically can easily get that millions of liquidity. And then it's going to be, hitting those valuation. And now is a good time to buy before those things happen. And definitely I'm very bullish for Shard for long term. And they are building also the exchange called Shardax, which is basically an exchange where you can stake also all your coins. So let's say there's Neo, once where it's on exchange, it's basically staking automatically. But let's move on. So next up we have Banano. Banano, one of my favorite coins out there. Talked about it many times, and I just realized something about Banano. Not only that they did sort of massive burn of their supply, and they have been issuing a nano airdrop, which is going to be claimable soon. They have been growing a lot this year, and it's been very nice. So when we look at the Banano's charts here for the year, 2,677. Don't get me wrong, I already talked about Banano quite a long time ago, probably somewhere here. No, this was last year when you had the chance to buy it at like 10th of a cent. Now, you think like, oh, it's already gone 2,000%. There's no way it could go more. Now, this is the interesting part about it. I have on the other screen, I have the Nano charts. Nano is currently priced at $6. And roughly Banano has somewhere between 10 times the supply of Nano. Now, even if Banano would capture 10%, or let's say even 5% of Nano's current valuation, that would mean 30x. 30 goddamn x. And the thing about Banano, what is the strongest part about Banano is being, obviously every transactions are feeless and instant because it's the Nano fork. And basically it can do everything that Nano does. They also have this camouflage feature, which is really cool. And their way that they're distributing Banano has always been, in my opinion, better than Nano, because Nano was given out on a very small time window, in my opinion, and a lot of the people got kind of burned who got too late on it. And Banano still has supply, which they can distribute and people can get into. And one of the strong points about Banano is the community. It's so large, and they have so many followers on Twitter, Discord, and everything. That's why they have been able to list Banano in many different exchanges, because every time there's community votes, Banano is winning. And it's already on a couple of OK exchanges. We have Mercatox here, TXBit. Atom Mars is probably the best out of these. And there's a lot more room, also in Videx, actually. That's something that should be mentioned. So Banano also, kind of like Shardcoin, these are not yet on the top exchanges. So once they hit a medium-sized exchange or a top exchange, then that kind of happened Banano has a Chinese community too, which is pretty big. So there's a lot more room to grow for Banano as of right now. Also, I do want to say that even though we have risen up quite a lot, you are not going to be buying at the top, which was almost, it was 2 cents. So you would be buying at not at the actual top price here if you're going to be invested. But just think about it, like 5% of Nano's valuation would mean a 30x. So, I mean, it's dirt cheap. The supply, semi-burning, and, so much community projects, airdrops, and development done on the project, and they just build new games and everything. So they just have one of the more largest things out there, like Banano jobs and all this type of thing. So Banano is another one that I've been holding very much, because I just see that they could overtake Nano one day, because I just think that their way to deal with certain things is better than Nano's. But let's kind of move on. Next up we have Yield. And the Yield app is something you can find a review on in my channel, obviously, and that's something that I do recommend looking into if you want to learn more about Yield. It is basically a centralized service where you can basically earn interest on Ethereum, Yield, and I think USDT and USDC up to 20%. Now, first of all, their rates are insanely high. They're very competitive. And so Yield is similar to Nexo, Celsius, and Voyager. Voyager is almost the top 100. And the way you have to think about it is this. Yield's supply is 300 million. Nexo's supply is 1 billion, more than 3 times the supply, and is currently at $2.87. So in terms of like the price here, when we look at the if we would move into the same amount of supply, this would be already like 3x. If it would be more than that, actually, it would be more than $2 if it would be at the same supply. But then again, like, it's so far away still. It's ranked 484. Voyager is like 103. Celsius is like top 40, and Nexo is 77. So even scooping out a bit of that market is very lucrative for Yield. Now, I'm not going to be telling you that Yield is better than Nexo. I think they have better rates. Nexo, Celsius, and even Voyager, they have certain features and things in works which are, they have built it out things a bit more faster. So, for example, Yield doesn't have even mobile apps. But then again, you look back into Yield. Yield is not in any top exchange yet. BitMax is the biggest one. Imagine Binance listing, KuCoin listing. These are the most important things you have to think about. What are the exchanges they are at? Is there going to be a big updates in the future? Is the supply going to be burned? And thirdly, what is the supply and the price compared to another competitor? And that is a way you can speculate the price. So I think the setup is pretty good here, given out the fact that all the competition are in top exchanges, and secondly, they have much bigger supplies than Yield app. So I think there's a lot more room to grow for Yield app, to be honest, in terms of its price. But let's move on. Next up, we have Secret Network, and this is part of the Cosmos chains. It's basically one of the very few smart contract-based privacy chains. Now, let's take another example here of a privacy coin like Monero. Now, if Monero had the same amount of... So Monero's is currently almost at $300, and Secret Network is priced at $3. The supply is obviously around 18 times the Monero supply. Then again, Monero has an infinite supply. So Secret, I think, is heavily undervalued. It's a bit more higher market cap compared to a lot of the other projects in this list. But the way I see it is there's still a room for that privacy protocol to be implemented. And I think that given all the partnerships that Secret have, being all that Cosmos ecosystem here, that's going to be... and Cosmos hasn't really done that bull run cycle even yet, even though it's like almost more ready project than Polkadot is. So in a lot of ways, when Cosmos starts to run up, I think all of those Cosmos projects are going to be moving alongside it. So basically, I think there's a lot more room to grow for Secret Network as well, alongside with Cosmos, but also think that this is and might be like the top tier privacy project right now, because even though I like projects like Pirate Chain doesn't do smart contracts. Monero has a lot of security issues and privacy issues. You basically need to use VPN for it not to be able to be tracked. So I think the Secret Network is something truly a potential, and I will be doing some type of video about it in the future. But this is another one that I would recommend checking into. And they also have an airdrop coming out very soon. And as our final project, we have a brand new project. Don't know really that much about it. I mean, literally learned about it yesterday. It's called Cardstarter. This is a Cardano launchpad or accelerator. And it is similar to the things we have covered, like Polka Starter, Solana Starter. That's also coming out soon. Another project which I would invest in, by the way. And Cardstarter is like currently priced at $24. And I literally almost bought at the top. I probably bought it, an hour ago or something. So not at the top exactly, but I put some investment here. So you're going to be probably buying at the top here, guys, if you're going to be investing on the project. I mean, it was like literally all-time low was at $3. That's where it started from. But the thing about, in general, about these launchpad projects is that that's where a lot of the money gets generated from. Not necessarily from flipping that coin, but using that as a utility, because sometimes when you hold these coins, you also get portion of the distribution for the projects that get through that launchpad. So there is tiers, and the tiers are going to be pretty expensive. I heard that they're going to be adjusted. But in the end of the day, people are going to be buying because they want to be participating on these Cardano launchpad projects. And there's no single launchpad for Cardano yet. So, and Cardano, as many people are, not improvising, but, speculating that it will be a very huge and it will be surpassing Ethereum one day. That could possibly mean that these projects are going to be going up and above, so people want to be, be participating on those first Cardano projects on the blockchain. And there's already like a couple of big investors behind this. Now, it's going to be very hard to say where this is going to be going because the supply is at 10 million. It's a very low. So, I mean, we can obviously compare it to Bitcoin, half of Bitcoin's thing, but it doesn't have a ranking right now and no market cap. So, what is it? Let's actually count it. Let's open the calculator really fast before we wrap up the video. And I have all the exchange links down below where people can basically buy out. Okay. So it's already at 248 billion, but because it's not on the lists, I think people are gonna be FOMOing in, and maybe it goes to $100. I think that is something I could believe it to go to. Could be overestimation at the same time. This is the more riskier play at the list, and when I really think about it, it's not really that of a low cap gem, but people haven't explored it yet, and people may be FOMOing in. So it's something of a riskier play out of the 5 that I've listed here, but hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I will be probably doing another one later this month because I got some other projects which I'm keying eyes on and seeing where those might be going. But I will be seeing you guys next time, and make sure to subscribe, like, yada yada yada, and I will be seeing you soon. Cheers.